Seven of Pentacles Reversed. The Seven of Pentacles, whether upright or reversed, is usually in some way about a returns on investment. You are likely to find, whether you are feeling good about things at the moment or not, that you are to some degree getting back what you have given out in the past. General, the reversed Seven of Pentacles points to a need for you to get real clear, right now, about what success means to you and about what your goals will look like when they are met. This is not the time to allow your goals to be amorphous. If they are, you will never meet them. Be specific. Work. When you draw the reversed Seven, you may be finding yourself feeling more and more dissatisfied with your current work. If that is the case, take the time and effort to figure out why this is, specifically. Be open-minded about things that can change in your current situation. This may need to include that you need to change. You may not need to leave your job. Think critically and charitably about others. Love. It's important when you get this card in reverse in the context of love, that you realize that no relationship, and no person, is perfect. Neither are you, no matter how hard you try. If you are looking for love and continually coming up empty, consider the possibility that you have an unrealistic, idealized idea of what the right partner for you looks like. Real love goes well beyond superficial appearances. Finances. The reversed Seven of Pentacles is a signal that you should get precise and specific about your financial goals. To have a comfortable retirement is not a clear goal. To have $3,000 per month to live on every month until I am 100, is more the sort of thing. Think ahead. Health. When you draw this reversed card in the context of a health question, again it's important to look at what your goals are, and how you are defining health. Sometimes it's important to be broad, more often it's important to be precise. Set a small, achievable goal for your health, such as walking 3,000 steps a day for a week, or eating vegetables at least once a week. Keep records. Then move your goal post higher. The point is progress, not perfection. Spirituality. With the reversed Seven of Pentacles, you may be feeling a gnawing sense of spiritual dissatisfaction. If so, it may be time to withdraw from your usual activities for a while, and rest. You may also need to talk about what is on your mind and learn from other like-minded people, or even non-like-minded people. The point is, this card is telling you that your standard operating procedure needs some tuning up. Experiment spiritually at least a little. Tarot history. The history of the tarot is shrouded in mystery. Very little in the way of concrete information is known about its origin, although many things have been written about it. We will probably never know the truth, as fact and fiction seem to be irrevocably mixed nowadays. The tarot originated in northern Italy in the early 15th century, sometime between 1420 to 1440. Despite the fact that it is often attributed to originating from China, Egypt, India, or Morocco, to name just a few, there is absolutely no evidence that this is the case. Nor, as is often quoted, is there any evidence whatsoever that the tarot was brought to Europe by the Romanis. The name tarot is often attributed to being Egyptian, Hebrew, or Latin. This is not the case. The earliest names are all Italian in origin. The cards were originally called carte de triomphe. Around 1530 the word tarocchi began to be used to differentiate them from a new game of triumphs that was in vogue at the time. The etymology of this new word is unknown. The German variant was known as Tarot and the French Tarot. The symbolism for the tarot is drawn from the culture of medieval and Renaissance Europe. The tarot subjects are distinctive to European Christendom. The symbolism does not come from Egypt or any of the other exotic locales often mentioned. It is often stated that modern-day playing cards evolved from the tarot. This is not the case. Modern-day playing cards came to Europe courtesy of Islam. They were an adaptation of the Islamic Mamluk cards. They appeared quite suddenly in many different European cities between 1375 and 1378. These early cards had suits of cups, swords, coins, and polo sticks, and courts consisting of a king and two male underlings. The tarot adds the Fool, the trumps, and a set of queens to this system. Sometime before 1480, the French introduced cards with the now familiar suits of hearts, clubs, spades, and diamonds. The Joker is not original to either the early form of modern-day cards, or to the tarot, but instead originated in the USA around 1857 and was used as a wild card in poker as well as the highest trump in euchre. It is also often stated that the Catholic and Protestant churches outlawed the tarot and all who used it in an effort to stamp out so-called heretical teachings. This is not the case. The Inquisition documented what the Church considered as evidence of heresy in great detail. The tarot was not even mentioned. After the Reformation, less controversial images for the Pope and Papess were substituted by card makers as the Church had objected to the original images. It is often said that the tarot was not used as a divination tool prior to 1781. The tarot was used as early as the 16th century to compose poems describing personality characteristics. There is historical evidence that in one case at least these verses were presented as relating to the person's fate. In other words, divination. Divinatory meanings were assigned to the tarot in Bologna in the early 1700s, and this is the first unambiguous evidence of tarot divination. Ordinary playing cards were connected with divination as early as 1487. It is not unreasonable to think that the tarot was also. The tarot has often been attributed with being a pillar of Western esoterica occultism. This is certainly not the case. The first occult writers to discuss the tarot were Court de Gobelin and the Comte de Melot in 1781. The tarot was not mentioned in any occult work for the first 350 years of its existence. The terms Major Arcana, Minor Arcana, High Priestess, and Hierophant are anachronistic when referring to the older tarot decks. The historically appropriate terms are the Trumps and the Fool, the suit cards, Papess or Popess, and Pope. Likewise, Pentacles and Wands are relatively recent substitutions for the traditional suit names of coins and staves or batons. The original Italian titles of the cards were in some cases different from the later French titles that have become familiar to us through the Tarot de Marseille and its descendants. Also, the ordering of the trumps varied considerably in Italy where the cards originated. It is not known which ordering is the earliest one. Even the number of cards in the deck varied a great deal. So care should be used in making statements about the original meaning of the cards based on the familiar titles and ordering. Many believe that the Waite-Smith Tarot is the original, standard, or most authentic tarot deck in existence. This is absolutely untrue. The Waite-Smith/Rider-Waite deck was created in 1909, not even 100 years ago, making it a relative newcomer in the almost 600-year history of the tarot. There is actually no definitive version of the tarot.